If you have watched enough vegan videos, you probably already know that the #1 reason that people fail in a vegan lifestyle is not eating enough calories. So this video is for the people who know that they're not eating enough calories and they want to eat enough calories. So my first tip would be to decrease your fiber intake. My second one would be to drink your calories, not all the time, just some of them. My third one would be to increase your refined sugar intake. Number 4 would be to increase fat intake. And number 5 would be to eat more dried fruit. So by decreasing your fiber intake, that's things like, more refined things. So it's not necessarily healthy in the long run, but not eating enough calories is even more unhealthy in my opinion. So eating refined things for the short term is alright. So that's things like white rice, white pasta, white bread instead of whole wheat or brown rice. That's going to give you more calories and it's going to give you less fiber. So it's going to be a win-win for someone who wants to gain weight. Drinking your calories. So that's things like juices and smoothies. The body is just not very good at registering liquid calories. Let's just see what Dr. Greger has to say about that.
Look, it's possible. I mean, there are calorically dense foods. Dried fruit, nuts and seeds, avocados, smoothies. Actually, liquid calories aren't registered the same way by your body because we weren't meant to basically drink our calories, right? Because calories didn't really exist in liquid form. And so it kind of bypasses. That's why we think drinking soda is worse than eating candy, even if you had the same amount of sugar, because you're just getting all these calories into your system before your body can be like, whoa, wait a second. We just had 200 calories. Well, what? It's kind of too late to shut off your appetite, suppress your appetite.
Thank you, Dr. Greger. So number 3 would be to increase your refined sugar intake. So again, not exactly the healthiest decision, but again, not eating enough calories is even more unhealthy. One way that I would incorporate refined sugar into my diet if I were trying to gain weight would be through oatmeal. I actually do that every day. I'm not trying to gain weight, but I'm active enough so that it's not going to make me gain weight. So one way that I do it every day is by eating sugar in my oatmeal. You could also put it in your smoothies. You can put it in your baking or cooking things. That's like the main things that I would do, but just sneak it in whatever you can. Again, it's not super healthy because it doesn't have the fiber. Well, actually, that's what you want if you're trying to gain weight. But so it doesn't have the fiber, doesn't have the water, vitamins, minerals. So it's just empty calories. But hey, at this point, if you're not eating enough calories, just getting in calories could definitely be beneficial. So increasing your fat intake. The reason this is helpful is because fat has 9 calories per gram versus 4 calories per gram for carbs and protein. So you're going to be eating the same size food, but it's going to be more than double the calories. So that's going to be awesome. So definitely increasing your fat intake. Actually, that goes along with eating oatmeal with sugar in it. You could put cashew butter, which is my favorite. Lately I've been eating crunchy almond butter. Crunchy is so much better, so go with crunchy. I've been putting nut butters and sugars in my oatmeal, and that works out fantastically. So maybe put overt fats in your dressings for salad. Put them in your salad, maybe some avocado. A really fatty dressing for someone who's trying to gain weight would be that I really like is putting 1 avocado in a blender and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of tahini and then just some Frank's Red Hot, and it is delicious. So that's a very fatty dressing. So I wouldn't recommend increasing your fat intake so that it's majority of your calories, but maybe 20-25% of your calories. That could definitely be helpful for someone who wants to gain weight because again, it's got more calories for the relative size of the food. Along with that, increasing your dried fruit. Again, oatmeal. I put in raisins in my oatmeal. As you can tell, my oatmeal recipes are weight gaining recipes. But again, I'm active enough so that I can get away with it. So I put raisins in my oatmeal. I put dried cherries in my oatmeal. You could just snack on banana chips. Just whatever it takes to get in more calories. So all of these things, like I said, are not necessarily super healthy, but they're okay for the short term. That's fine. Don't decrease your fiber intake long term. Don't have a whole lot of juices and smoothies for long term because, food in its whole form is definitely the healthiest. Anyway, I'm rambling now, and hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, leave some comments down below, and I'll see you next time.